Hello there, my very good friends. On this wrestling news video, we're going to talk about some real retirement concerns for one of AEW's top stars.
Potentially huge news on the return of Darby Allin to AEW.
Our women's tag team titles coming to AEW.
And an update on the Gorillas of Destiny. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the After News.
Jamie Hayter. This week on Dynamite, when she was cutting her promo with Mercedes Moné, it was a really good segment. She spoke, she had a line in there about how when she was out injured, there was actually more chance of her retiring and not being able to return than there was of her coming back to AEW and wrestling in general. Of course, she was out for a long time in 2023 and 2024. Over a year, she returned to All In on the pre-show. She came down and she kicked some ass in London. And she's obviously been back in the rotation ever since. This Sunday. It's
a big wrestling weekend, isn't it?
It's a lot. She obviously is in the Owen Cup final facing Mercedes. Big match, biggest match since she returned.
Yeah.
And it looks, I mean, it's gonna be great. I can't wait. But the line in the promo about her retirement concerns was apparently there was a shred of legitimacy in there. According to Fightful Select, I'll just read it. Why not? There was sincere concern that Jamie Hayter wouldn't be able to return to wrestling during her injury. We had some readers ask if that was playing up an angle, as in the line, but there was some doubt. So, yeah, I mean, you kind of knew. Because there was like no updates on Jamie.
It was real quiet, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was real private. And obviously, she's entitled to all the privacy in the world. Goodness knows people who live their life in the public eye to that level and who are on TV every week. Yeah, if you can reclaim some level of privacy, particularly when it's a matter as personal and private as health, hell yeah, I would do the exact same. But like, you were just sitting there like, and you got 6 months in and you were like, no Jamie Hayter updates. Get like a year in, you're like, and obviously you're entitled to nothing. We are consumers of this lady's work. But it was a bit worrying as a fan of hers.
You don't necessarily want spoilers on her return. You just want to hear she's doing well and she might be back in the summer or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. But we didn't get that, so that made me a little bit worried. But then she came back and it was ace. It ruled.
Yeah.
I do wish it was on the main show.
I agree.
I do wish it was on the main show. But look, we're all big Jamie Hayter marks here. We've had her on the channel. We've interviewed her. Andrew Pollard has interviewed her. If you're curious about that video, just WhatCulture Jamie Hayter interview. It's really good. It's a really good conversation.
It's good stuff.
I think she's one of the best wrestlers in AEW.
I agree.
And I'm really glad to have her back. I think that the Mercedes match is probably going to be her best of the year. I mean, you could probably say that for both of them. And Mercedes has had some bangers. I'm really looking forward to seeing her letting loose 15-20 minutes in a big match setting, Jamie Hayter kicking ass again. And obviously, I'm really glad she didn't have to retire.
Yes.
Because she's one of the GOATs.
Yeah, it's nice to talk about this story as if it's in the past, like you say, because really excited for one of the matches of the weekend, and that's a weekend with 3 huge wrestling shows on it, of course.
I don't really have the bicep to do that, but
none of us do. Well, Simon Miller and Gareth do, but everyone else. It's great to have her back, as you say, and it's one of those things that I think a lot of wrestling fans kind of take for granted. You hear someone's been injured, whether it be an innocuous injury or something really bad, like we've seen recently, of course. And you just think, oh, well, you're injured, but you'll get better.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
This isn't like, if I don't know, broke my toe and went, Andy, I'm not going to be in work next week. You could be like, well, he'll be back in the office after that, because then he can just hobble around and present the news. Like, the wrestling side of things is your body has to get better, and then you have to be ready to then subjected to more abuse getting back into a wrestling ring. So we appreciate everything that wrestlers do as a result of that. And yeah, wrestling fans are a bit presumptuous when it's like, well, a broken bone takes 6 months to recover from, so see you at the Rumble or whatever.
The most telling one is when a woman has a kid.
Oh my
gets
God.
pregnant. It's like a week after, sometimes fans are like, yeah, get back in the ring.
Yeah. If a due date was January 15th, people would be like, think they're going to win the Rumble and go to WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And just on that point as well, I think we should far more normalise what happened with like Hangman Page. If someone's partner has a kid, let's just say, if they want to take some time off to be a father, then that's fine too. I know there's the whole I've seen this in other sports, the macho thing. Well, he's not having a kid, so what's the problem? I don't know, maybe he wants to be a good dad.
Yeah, maybe he wants to be there for the first month or 2 or 3 of his child's life. I don't know.
It's kind of I can testify to this, Kind of a busy time.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It's not like you clock in and clock out.
No.
It's pretty complex. But obviously, Jamie had the back problems. And
And back stuff as well.
yeah, back stuff can really mess you up. So I'm really glad she's back. I'm glad she's doing her thing. I love the new look.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like straight out of Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo,
It rules. I'm saying that as a compliment. So yeah, I'm really glad she's back. I'm obviously glad she didn't have to retire. But yeah, reading this, I was like, my God, that wasn't just a line in a promo?
Yeah.
Fair play.
But speaking of Double or Nothing, of course, lots of excitement around this weekend. You've not only got that cup final, you've got Ospreay versus Hangman in the Owen Cup, and lots and lots to look forward to with NXT Battleground as well, and Saturday night's main event.
Scottish Cup final.
And some potentially huge news with regards to Darby Allin, who I still can't believe this is a sentence I'm going to say. The AEW wrestler summited Mount Everest recently. Incredible achievement. He also did a kickflip on there, which is just, as you pointed out, hilarious. We've got all the essentials. We've got oxygen. We've got emergency food. We've got a tent. Skateboard. But Darby Allin, is making his way down Everest. And an interesting report from Fightful. They say they've been told it wasn't an impossibility that he could appear at Double or Nothing. Now, pump the brakes somewhere here. Getting down from Everest isn't like getting down from the top floor at your flat or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no elevator,
a gondola,
not an escalator. Even Darby Allin can't be like, I'll just hop on a snowboard. See you at the bottom, guys.
See you later, losers.
This takes time. I'm fairly certain, we were sort of chatting about this before we came in here, I'm fairly certain you're meant to sort of stagger your descent as you would your ascent because of the whole lack of oxygen, basically up there, and changeable weather conditions.
The extreme danger.
So don't hold your breath on this, but if he shows up, that'd be incredible.
Yeah, it would be. It's like, I mean, I looked online, and could always be wrong, but it's like a 3 to 7 day climb down, and then obviously like a day of travel.
Yes.
Maybe more.
And then you have to fly out of, and my dad can testify this because he went to Everest Base Camp, the most dangerous airport in the world.
Yeah, because it's like...
You go, when you land, you fly basically towards a cliff edge, and when you take off, my dad told me, the runway basically goes, have you got enough speed up? Well, tough.
Too bad.
Tough days. See you later, and you just basically fall off the edge of the mountain. So
and then you pick up again.
Best of luck for his travel there. It would be incredible if he shows up. It's going to be amazing when he does return to AEW, but there's a slim chance. In fact, Andy, what do you think has the highest probability? Darby Allin showing up at Double or Nothing, or Aberdeen beating Celtic to win the Scottish Cup?
Darby Allin showing up. We are dreadful.
Come on, Dons.
We are not a good football team, and the players have the collective mentality of what a cowardly mouse.
This is the year of surprise cup winners, though.
It is, but we have been really bad since about November, and I'm not very confident. But if we do win, I will not shut up about it. So
what if Darby Allin shows up there and scores the winner?
Oh, on a skateboard. Flicks
Pass it to me, lads.
Yeah, flicks the skateboard at the ball.
Yeah. Is that allowed?
It is now.
Okay.
That's a good point, actually. Is there a rule about using a foreign object to move the ball? Because, you could just pick up a water bottle.
I've certainly seen videos where a dog clears it off the line before.
Oh yeah,
I'm fairly certain that's allowed.
Beach ball, Liverpool. Unlucky.
Funny.
It's the greatest moment in Liverpool Football Club history. The beach ball. That or hiring Kenny Dalglish for a second time.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that's the only two good things that team's ever done. Awful club. I'm just joking.
Do you think with this news and the potential of him returning, there is more weight to the debate, I suppose, of don't have Ospreay or Hangman beat Mox and you wait till Darby Allin comes back?
Yeah, because then it's less of a wait, isn't it? If he's back immediately, it's a bit less, we're just in a holding pattern. But I still think that's an interesting conversation. I'm not part of the crew who's like, he's not taking this seriously. He left AEW to claim it. I'm not part of that. I don't care.
It's a life goal he wanted to achieve.
Yeah, I don't ride or die for these wrestling promotions. They're billionaire-owned corporations. I'm wrestlers over company guy, always.
Apart from NXT.
Yeah. That's my favorite. That's my favorite product. So
I think because it's such an incredible achievement, he should get basically a Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah, why not? Why not? The briefcase is hanging from the top.
Anyone who wants to climb Everest, if you do that, you get a title shot. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm going to use it for the US title.
Jeez. Imagine they make those Sherpas who do so much work already
Carry a briefcase.
carry a stupid briefcase up.
Yeah.
Here you go, mate.
What's in there? Oh, it's goo!
Yeah.
Bloody Dean Ambrose!
It'd be frozen goo, but
Ooh.
by the time they get to the top, means you can take it home.
Like a Sloopy.
Yeah, you can put the goo in your drink.
What are we talking
I
about?
don't
Sorry,
know.
we've got completely off.
Yeah.
Off-piste. Mountain. We're back on track, baby.
The women's tag team titles.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that instead.
Those are sometimes up hills, I guess.
Yes.
It'll be an uphill struggle for some fans. I don't know.
This is why we're the best.
Best in the business. Tony Khan had his usual pre-pay-per-view media call yesterday, and one of the questions that was asked by Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful was, hey, women's tag team titles, they coming? What's happening? What's going on? Tony had a big, long answer.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, Tony talks. Tony's media regimented answers they're very impressive, actually. He has like the same core format all the time, and I would never remember any of that.
They should do an internal bet once and say, Tony, you've got 100 words you can say at this press conference.
Yeah.
Use them wisely.
Sum it up in 10 seconds, boss. I'll read you part of it. I won't read you the whole thing. Obviously, he starts off by saying AEW is having a great 2025. I mean, it's been really good. It's been really good. And I'm trying to build us to the strongest point we've been, and we're taking great steps. That is something I would like to do, and it's a goal for me. And I think you can see there is a number of great tandems and alliances, and there are some great tag matches in the women's division. Right now, I'm also very focused on building back the men's tag division. We've had a lot of injuries there, and now we're trying to get people healthy and also get the best teams working together. So, as I'm rebuilding the men's tag team division, certainly that's something I'm interested in doing in the future. There are a lot of great teams in the women. You've just said that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of great partnerships and rivalries that would lend themselves to those matches. He continued a bit, and then he said, thanks for asking. No, I do think it's something I am very interested in doing, and it's very realistic to see at some point. My position on this is that cool, yeah, would be nice for more people to get on TV in these spots. We have too many titles already. It's too much of a logjam. So this is going to get flat from a lot of people. But I don't want to see a single new title in any American wrestling promotion right now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm done.
I was going to say I definitely don't want women's tag titles, but I think you're right. I don't think I want any new titles for quite some time now. At best, because I think, there's that women's division has come on leaps and bounds in the last few years within AEW. At best, you could maybe pitch some form of other mid-card title, but then you've got the TBS side. Maybe not, actually.
Don't do it.
No, and you're right. I think you're covered. We don't need any more titles. Don't get me wrong. There's some great teams. I really like the dynamic of like Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford and Anna Jay and Harley Cameron and stuff like that.
Agreed.
And that's great. But and some AEW fans may not like this. Taking a look at what WWE's done, they've had tag titles, women's tag titles, 6 years now?
Yeah.
And there's been amazing moments, the Iconics winning at WrestleMania being the most obvious. Aside from that, it does feel like a little bit of an afterthought. And a word on that men's tag division, don't get me wrong as well here, some phenomenal tag. The Hurt Syndicate, amazing. FTR as heels, loving that. The Young Bucks, obviously. Yeah. Beyond that, as much as I'm a big fan of like The Crew, it doesn't seem to have as much depth. And if you've not got that in the men's division, don't muddy the waters by also doing that with the women's division. And it just ties people up.
Yes.
Like, if Anna Jay suddenly gets really hot again, and you're like, right, but we're doing tag stuff with her. No. And
it creates a huge logjam on things like pay-per-view cards as well.
Yes.
Because if you have like 10 titles, okay, how are we fitting 10 title matches on the pay-per-view? And then when you inevitably don't have a couple of those titles on the pay-per-view for personal rivalries that have nothing to do with titles, you have people going, why isn't the title on the show? Because you have too many of them.
Yeah.
I think that I love this utopian idea, and look, there are good teams. You've ran through them. I love this utopian idea of having all these great divisions and titles at once, but there's not enough. There's not enough room. We've already got like 9. No, not for me. But look, if you can make the point of why it would be good, let us know in the comment section below. I disagree.
Yeah, I think I'm not saying don't have women's tag matches. I think they're a great storyline developer and what have you. But
sure.
Yeah, I don't need any more titles anywhere.
I'd be looking to get rid of a couple of the men's titles.
Yeah, well,
we don't need the international and the continental.
Merge them.
Yeah, and we don't. Yeah, look, we don't need various Ring of Honor Pure Championships. Get rid of those.
I honestly, the amount of times people come out with a belt around their waist and I go, they're a champion of what? Oh yeah, Ring of Honor, of course.
And I like the TNT title, but where's Adam Cole? You know, where's those defenses, boss? Like, yeah, there's too many. Adding more is not the answer, in my opinion.
But let us know yours. I'm intrigued to see what people say about this, but I completely agree with you. I don't want any women's tag titles or any new titles now you've said it.
Get those ideas out of here.
Yeah. Right, moving on now to another tag team, in fact. The Gorillas of Destiny, Tonga, Tama Tonga. What's going on with them? Well, Fightful in a Q&A responded to this and explained with the situation with them. They are both hurt, unfortunately. Tonga, of course, is sustaining that torn bicep at War Games. He wasn't expected back until Easter spring. It's May, what are we doing? But maybe he's fine. We don't know whether he's had complications with the injury. Hope not. Or maybe WWE are just like, we want to find the sweet spot now. We've just brought in JC Mateo, was it? The former Jeff Cobb, obviously.
Yes.
So maybe to add to the ongoing issues with Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu and what have you, you just bide your time. So maybe Tongalo is going to pop up. This is pure speculation on my behalf. Maybe he's going to try and help Solo climb the ladder and win Money in the Bank, for example.
Maybe.
Tama Tonga, who I was just talking to about a friend of mine the other day because he was at the brilliant Sweet Chin Disco tour and saw me, and I thought, I wonder if he'll remember us from 2019. And he went, "Hey, remember when my dad tried to kill you?" Top boy Tama Tonga, unfortunately, he sustained an injury and was sidelined last month. No more details on that injury. So yeah, they're both out, and it does kind of make sense. Don't know what the situation is with Tama to bring them back together because I'm excited. They haven't really done a lot of like GOD stuff, have they, in WWE?
No, they haven't. So yeah, it does. Like, look, if Tama is going to be returning like a similar window to Tongaloa, just bring them back together.
Yeah.
Just wait a couple of weeks and bring them back together. Then it really emphasizes the strength in numbers that the solo loyalist kind of core of that scene has. So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. Just hold off a little bit. Wait till they're both healthy. Bring them both back at the same time.
Get well soon, guys.
Get well soon, guys. That's what GOD stands for. Get well soon. It's Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah, we can't spell.
British education. It's not what it was.
No.
Paddington. He's going to fix it. The Prime Minister.
Thank you. The other big story, of course, of the last 24 hours surrounds WrestleMania, and if you want to hear more about that, we talked about it this morning, and I believe...
Yeah, we're a bit excited.
We're biased, but we enjoy it. You enjoy it too.
We are pro-nice people that we like to work with. It's shocking.
Yeah.
Bye.
Check it out here. Bye.